Hello, this is my deck profile for the OTS championship that happened in Albania as well as in Dubai. I got first place in Dubai twice and second place in Albania. That's a Vanquishe Soul deck profile. I played basically the same list at all events. This deck, to be honest, is not very good. It has a lot of major flaws I will get into, but let's start. For the main deck, I'm on 3 copies of Raisin, 3 Durendal, and 1 Rhoda. So immediately the first problem of the deck is that if you don't see Raisin, the deck basically doesn't do anything, because none of the other cards in the engine except Stake Your Soul basically get you to anything remotely starting your plays. So it's basically just either see Raisin or die. So not very good start for a deck that costs 600 euros, to be honest. Then for the rest of the engine, we have 2 Madlove, 2 Borger, 1 Caesar, 1 Pantera, and 1 of the Goop. You're playing the Goop only because it's a fire that you can search with this guy, so you can make his effect live. Otherwise, this thing is not good, but whatever. Pantera is just a free summon that you can search. So if they have like a removal for your Raisin, you basically search Pantera and they'll remove the Raisin, and then you'll special Pantera, go into the link 1, get back the Raisin, and essentially you can grind like that. Caesar, you only need 1 of this guy if you're not on Small World, which I'm not because I think the card goes 2-. And then 2 Borger, 2 Madlove. There's no real like spell that starts the engine that you need 3 Madlove for. I've even tried 1 Madlove, to be honest. Yeah, this card's not great because there's no spell in the deck that starts the engine. That's the main issue. And then Borger, the only reason I'm on 2 of him is because there are situations where this card is really nice for the grind game and for the kill. This card is basically like the second best card of the deck, but obviously you need other cards like Madlove to be able to make it live because he needs to reveal a dark. Then we have 3 Stake Your Soul, 2 Continue, and 1 of the Book of Moon. This is fine. I've also tried just siding it and it's also just fine. I'm considering putting it in the side again, but it's nice to be able to search this because you can out a bunch of like Dragoons and stuff like this that are not targetable. It also being able to flip Kashtira and Sprite boards face down is really nice because it prevents them from having level 2s or makes them so they have a monster on field so they can continue their plays. Continue is basically the best spell of the ones spell trap of the ones that we have right now, because this is your main form of disruption. Because in the first turn, basically you're gonna from 1 Raisin search Madlove, link 1, and then you're gonna have Raisin engrave, and Continue is basically gonna be able to special Raisin to whichever column you want, so that you can pop monsters in that column. And then Stake Your Soul is basically another copy of Raisin, another 3 copies of Raisin, or Madlove, depending on which one you need. This card's really nice. I just wish you could search it with Madlove because the deck would be a billion times better if you could. But as it stands, you can't, and there's also no future support that will get you to Raisin. So the deck does not look to be good for the foreseeable future, or right now. Personally, I wouldn't recommend building it, but we'll see. Maybe they'll release like a Vanquish Soul Circular or something. I don't know. Then for the hand traps, we got 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 3 Veiler, 3 Retaliating Sea, and then we have 2 Fenrir and 1 Riceheart. I want to play 3 Fenrir because this card's really good to fill up the attributes in your hand. The deck really struggles with not being able to have the attributes in hand fast enough to be able to have all your disruptions fast enough live. So this guy really helps with that. And plus he puts a lot of pressure in against floodgates and stuff like this because this deck really struggles with stuff like Rivalry or Gozen or whatever. Retaliating Sea is just really good in my locals. This you can swap out with whatever other hand trap depending on your locals. And then these are good for the attributes, and this is a good hand trap to draw with Borger because it's basically always live on the opponent's turn. Then we have 2 Prosperity. Again, just more ways to search into Raisin. I'm not on 3 because there's a lot of times where you want live draws with Borger, and you end up drawing into like the second or third copies of this, and you just want to, go next, but whatever. And then 3, there can be only one. This card is really, really good. Basically a board breaker as well as a floodgate going first. I really wouldn't recommend playing this deck without this card because this deck really does need blowout cards like this to be able to compete with the meta. For the extra deck, I was basically on the same extra deck, sans 1 card for the event. So in the Albanian event, I played Rise Heart, but it never ended up actually coming up. So for the Dubai event, I swapped it out with this guy, and I'd say this guy is infinitely better. You basically only need 1 rank 7 in the deck, and this guy offers the most, so I'll play this one. Then for the rest of the extra deck, I was on 2 Rock. I've been playing this deck for a long time, and honestly, the only time where it came up that I needed the 3rd one was a really, really grindy game that went to like turn 30, and I won that game anyway despite not having the 3rd one. So honestly, I don't see the point in putting 3. You can do what you want, obviously you can spend another 20 euros on a 3rd rock if you're feeling that trigger happy, but for myself, I'm good. And then we have Cerberus and Phoenix. These cards are really good, obviously, because you can make them under rock and keep up the hand advantage, which is nice. And then we have the Unicorn, Access Code. Again, just more ways to like break boards. This deck really doesn't have much gas at all, so you want these cards that kind of like link into each other. And then this, again, the deck struggles to out like dumb unaudible stuff, so this is just there in case. And you have the extra deck space anyway, because honestly 99% of the games you're basically only going to be using this guy and nothing else. Then we have Dark. Again, just another way to link climb plus steal some DPs and stuff like this, whatever comes up. And in my opinion, the best link that they've released in recent memory. This card is just insane. I really love it. I would really recommend if there's one card in the extra deck that you definitely play the same as me, I'd recommend this one. And then the rank 4s, Excite Knight, Tornado Dragon, and I'm playing this Sargas Spriggans package. To be honest, it should probably be the Borba one, but I don't have a Chakanite. And then Zeus. Zeus with this has come up. The other rank 4s scarcely ever come up, so you have a little bit of malleability in that. But I would recommend to have some way to have a 2 activation Zeus, because it's really good into being able to break a board and then stall for a turn, so you can go ahead and normal summon Raisin again. For the side deck, we have 1 Pank, 1 Change of Heart, 1 Regulus that I put in because I thought, okay, maybe against some decks that do wombo combo and have a lot of gas, I might need to be able to search a negate. Never came up. Honestly, hated seeing it. I would change all 3 of these cards in the future with Droll. Yeah. The idea with Pank, honestly, he's a Earth, so he's an attribute, but you're never going to have this guy in hand. You're always going to be summoning him first thing, so yeah, it's never going to come up. Fenrir for this particular deck is a lot better because you get to have the extra attributes in hand, which you really need. And then we have, let's just jump to this, 3 Skill Drain. So I had to borrow the 3rd, but 3 Skill Drain essentially. It's nice, it's good against decks like Sprite, but to be honest, you do have to be really careful when you activate it, because you need to have at least 2 of the bounce effects, so like Borger plus the Kaiser, or 2 Borgers or something like this, to be able to make full use of it in this deck. So yeah, just be careful. It is good, but It's not an insta win like it is in certain other decks. Then we have a 2 Cosmic, 1 Harpy's Duster. To be honest, this deck already deals fine enough against trap decks like Labyrinth or Runic or whatever. So I didn't want to like overly side for those types of decks. This is fine. You know, just take out like one whatever, like one hand trap, like a Veiler or something, put these in and you're fine. And then we have 3 Dark Rulers. This deck struggles a lot against combo decks. It cannot break boards. It's really like, it really needs an equalizer like Dark Ruler to be able to compete. So yeah, this I wouldn't cut. If there's one card in the extra deck that I really recommend not cutting is this. Everything else, you know, adjust to your locals. And then for the last card, we have 3 Eradicator. Card's fine, you know, if you draw it, it's fine. I don't know. Like, you play it because you have the space. Again, this deck, the power ceiling's really low, so you kind of need to rely on like these Saki insta-win cards. Like the engine itself most of the time doesn't do anything. You're paying like 600 euros for a tier 3 engine that relies on Saki 1-of cards. And you know, if you're good like me, you're gonna go 18-0, so yeah, good luck.